In Ethiopia, Amhara's skies of terror, ethnic cleansing, and the fight for justice. The Amhara region of Ethiopia faces a severe and escalating crisis, marked by widespread violence and profound human suffering. Reports from the ground indicate that the conflict is tearing apart the very fabric of society, with some drawing chilling parallels to precursors of genocides. Amidst this crisis, civil society groups and a unified Amhara resistance are appealing for international intervention, alleging a genocidal war and systematic ethnic cleansing targeting the Amhara people. Military actions by the Abiy Ahmed-led government, including pervasive reliance on drone warfare, are detailed in reports. These alleged aerial assaults have reportedly killed thousands of civilians across the Amhara region and surrounding areas, while systematically devastating critical civilian infrastructure, such as schools, health centers, marketplaces, religious sites, and residential areas. Conservative estimates, based on available ACOLD data, cite at least 449 civilian deaths in the Amhara region from August 2023 onwards, though figures are believed to be significantly understated given data collection challenges. This conflict has tragically claimed countless lives, destroyed property, and shattered families. The humanitarian situation is dire, characterized by a profound collapse of essential services. Education has crumbled, with 4,678 schools closed due to armed conflicts and insecurity, leaving over 4.5 million children out of school on OCHA. An additional 362 schools have been damaged, and 350 rendered non-functional, with over 1.5 million children urgently needing school feeding services. Healthcare access is similarly shattered. Critical facilities are reportedly being ransacked and repurposed as military sites. This destruction, coupled with a nationwide strike by Ethiopian health workers protesting severe disparities in government repression, including the arbitrary arrest of over 121 medical professionals, has left hospitals operating at minimal capacity, Amnesty International. Doctors from various hospitals have reportedly been taken to undisclosed locations, and many health workers forced into hiding. The government's handling of the conflict faces scathing critiques. Many believe its apparent negligence in ending the fighting stems from interests of those in power who benefit from the ongoing war and its destruction. Despite the determination of the Amhara Fano National Force, AFNF, to fight, the government has focused primarily on controlling major cities and key highways, neglecting rural districts. Critics argue this displays a tacit approval for the region and its people to remain in a state of vulnerability. While the government showcases large-scale development projects, these are perceived as failing to address fundamental unrest. Senior federal officials, including Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, have made divisive speeches, further deepening conflicts. Even amidst immense hardship, the government appears to believe the conflict can only be resolved through war, a stance reinforced by state media narratives portraying the country as indivisible. Within Amhara society, a perceived leadership vacuum exists, with political leaders often seen as disconnected, facilitating federal manipulation through weak appointments. Confronted with what they perceive as an existential threat, a significant portion of the Amhara people feel compelled to defend themselves. This sentiment is intensified by the perception that national security institutions primarily serve Oromo politicians. In response, over 85% of Amhara Fano armed groups unified to form the Amhara Fano National Force, AFNF, on May 1, 2025. This new force states its primary mission is to coordinate a struggle for existence and a popular revolution rooted in Amhara nationalism, aiming to overthrow the Abiy Ahmed-led Prosperity Party regime and establish a transitional government. The AFNF demands formal recognition of the decades-long Amhara genocide, including war crimes, and recognition of contested border demarcations in Amhara majority districts annexed to neighboring regions, along with repatriation of displaced communities. Civil society organizations explicitly allege an armed group organized and supported by the Oromia regional government top leaders and local authorities is carrying out the ongoing Amhara genocide in the country. The AFNF has also accused the regime of coordinating drone strikes with the United Arab Emirates. The Amhara region has suffered greatly, experiencing mass displacement, civilian casualties, and widespread human rights violations. Critical analyses suggest Ethiopia is on a trajectory towards significant regional destabilization, attributed to Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's poor management style. Concerns are growing over a predicted alliance between the TPLF and the Eritrean army, anticipated to wage a renewed war against the federal government, largely expected to unfold on Amhara land. This prolonged conflict, some argue, may inadvertently benefit the Oromia government by facilitating the eradication of the Amhara people from their ancestral lands. Civil society organizations assert that thousands of innocent Amhara civilians have been victims of gross human rights violations and ethnic cleansing since Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed came to power. Amidst these dire circumstances, civil society organizations and various pro-Amhara groups dedicated to the fate of the Amhara people have issued a fervent plea for immediate international intervention. They demand that the international community denounce and stop this senseless ethnic cleansing and genocide against the Amhara community, establish an independent body to investigate atrocities, provide urgent humanitarian access, and bring all perpetrators to justice. As a lasting solution, these groups argue that justice, law, and order must prevail in Ethiopia before international support for dialogue, peace, and constitutional revisions to abolish ethnic federalism. The consolidation of the AFNF, combined with escalating violence and alleged widespread atrocities, represents a critical phase demanding immediate and decisive international attention to prevent further humanitarian catastrophe.